Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm back home, back in the Atlanta, Georgia area. As you guys know, I was actually in the Dominican Republic for the past 2 weeks. I was out there just restarting, getting my mind right for what's about to happen. We're gonna actually have a real talk conversation, guys. I mean, this is not the platform if you're here to be on your soapbox and complain about how the modern women is or red pill BS. This is not the platform. So if you want to take the exit left, you're more than welcome to leave, because this is about real men traveling, real men talking about real things. And today I really want to get something off my chest. And again, it has nothing to do with anyone in particular, but it's just life in general. This past week, I celebrated my 45th birthday. So I am 45 years old. And I just wanted to say, thank God, for allowing me to reach this milestone. Because granted, guys, we're living in an age where a lot of us are not making it to 45 years old. So if you're in your 40s or beyond, be grateful, live life, be happy, let go of the issues, any ill negative stuff that's going on in your life. Try to find a solution to that problem. If you cannot find a solution to that problem, let it go. I mean, it's just one thing to continue to dwell on certain things, knowing that there is no solution to it. So again, I want to have a real talk conversations again, because I understand right now, this platform is based around traveling, encouraging Black men to travel and exploring their options and so forth. But what happens next? What do you do beyond traveling? And that's something I really want to talk about. Right now with the current environment, with our economy, with the government, social issues that's been happening around us, is like, okay, what is your next plan? For me, for the past 7 years, I've been traveling very heavy, to the point where I kind of utilize traveling as my form of escape. Whenever I'm stressed out, whenever I'm going through some issues, I try to use traveling as my way to not deal with it. And that was like my coward way of not dealing with the issue. Although I'll still find a way to deal with it, but it's just like, I'm more of the, I deal with it later type of guy. But I realized by doing that, by procrastinating on certain things, it tends to do more harm to you than justice. So one of the things I want to talk about is just like, okay, yeah, you're traveling. So what? Like, what are your next moves? Like, do you have a plan in mind as you continue to travel to these countries? Are you planning to open businesses, investment opportunities, find a relationship? But also too, what are you doing now here in stateside? And as you know, and again, I'm going to be an open book to you guys today. Recently, I was impacted by the massive tech layoff. I'm not sure if you guys been aware of this, but there's been a massive tech layoff. I'm in the tech field. I was impacted, and so I lost my job, and I lost a good, well-paying job at that, and hence why I decided to, take a trip to DR and just get away and just really, rethink and what my next move is going to be. And I wanted to share with you guys some interesting stats that I've been doing a lot of research during my time off. And as of right now, I'm sharing my screen. Can you guys see it? Make sure. All right. As of right now, in the tech industry across the country, over 617 tech companies had laid off over 184,000 employees, within the past 4 months. So since the 4 months of this year, 617 tech companies had laid off over 184,601 employees. These are your high-paying white-collar jobs. These are jobs that actually make quite, like literally will probably minimum make $75,000 a year. And depending on your skill set, you could be making close to $300,000 to $400,000 a year, depending on where you are in your role. If you're more of a senior level executive role, or if you're more of a junior role, these are very high-paying jobs. So a lot of people have been impacted, including myself. I've been let go. And one of the things I wanted to do is just like, okay, yeah, I could find me another contract, but is that the solution for me? Should I go out and continue to find contract? In the meantime, yes. But I always had a dream to actually do my own thing, like start my own agency. So during the past 2 weeks, and again, this has been a brainchild of mine for quite some time. But during my time in Dominican Republic, you have a lot of free time in your hands. I say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger and just go ahead and start this. So I submitted my LLC. I got my tax ID, and I created an agency, a tech marketing agency. And I want to share this agency with you guys. 1 second. Again, guys, I'm being as transparent as possible. Yes, I have been impacted by the tech layoff, but the good thing about my situation, I was making some good change, so I saved a lot of money. And also due to my skill set, I'm constantly being called for interviews. So even during my time in DR, I was doing interviews left and right. Like I was averaging about 2 interviews a day while in DR. And here's the crazy thing about all this. When I was in DR, I had to literally make a disclaimer right before the conversation started. Like, hey, listen, before we start this conversation, you're going to hear a lot of bachata, merengue, salsa music, reggaeton, and don't mind the motor concho. So, because where I lived like pretty much lived in the Campo area outside of Gaspar Hernandez. And by letting them know, it kind of broke the ice because I kind of let them know, like, hey, listen, I'm in the Dominican Republic. You're going to hear a lot of noise. You may hear some chicken. You may hear some people yelling. That's how Dominican Republic is. I hope you don't mind, and they didn't mind. So, we conducted our interviews. A lot of these interviews were very intense. Like some of these interviews were 2 hours long. At my level, I'm more of a senior level. Whenever I do interviews, it's always more of a panel interview, and it's a series of interviews. You don't just do one interview. You get interview like 4 or 5 people. And even then, sometimes they may give you a project for you to flip within the next 48 hours. So they'll give you a problem for you to work on, and it's up to you to find a solution to that problem and present it to the board. So, excuse me. So at my level, whenever I do any type of interview as a contractor or a permanent employee, these are the interviews that I have to do. I have to interview multiple people. Sometimes it'd be a panel of interviews. And also there's sometimes a project or assignment involved with it. So they'll give me a task to complete within 48 hours. And after those 48 hours, I have to go ahead and present it to the panel. So, and again, there could be, these type of interviews could be very intense, but at the same time, you really want to make that money. Hey, this is the level that I'm in. Now, if it's more entry level, it won't be as intensive as, compared to someone as a senior level. But again, I have close to 20 years in this space, in tech space, particularly in SaaS. So more service software, digital marketing, demand generation, project management. That's my background. So the position that I'm applying for a more senior level, and the pay is up there. So, but anyway, I digress. But going back to what I decided to do, and I kind of made the announcement last week that I started my own agency. And during my time in DR, I actually took the time and just grind. Like literally, guys, I did not drink at all. I didn't go to the discotecas. I didn't do anything. I just literally went to the beach, went to the gym, and stayed on my computer. And as a result, this is what I actually created. 1 second. Created my own website, my own marketing agency website based on the services that I offer. My name of my business is Always On Marketing Solutions. This is a digital marketing demand generation space where I could provide SaaS companies, software companies in particular, how to create their marketing, their digital marketing go-to-market strategy. So I'm coming into these guys like, hey, listen, this is the type of strategy that you need to do in order to target C-suite, the C-suite executive target audience. So I created this website. And again, I did this within a week, guys. I kind of sat down and like, hey, put myself into like in a box mentally. And again, I'm in Dominican Republic, guys. If you guys been to Dominican Republic, you got the beaches, the food, the liquor, the women. But I had to put myself in that tunnel where I had to get this stuff done because it's now or never. I'm at a point in my life now at 45 years old is that, hey, all the risks that I was afraid to take, I need to start taking them now because I'm at that threshold. I'm literally approaching 50 years old. And I don't want to look back and say, you know what, I should have, could have, would have. We all have this thing that, man, I should have done this, or I would have done this that way. But now I'm at this point where, I got nothing to lose. I got nothing to lose. All I could do is just bet on myself and say, hey, listen, why not create a Black-owned digital marketing agency targeting enterprise software companies where I can provide them a service? Now, granted, it's just me by myself, but I'm envisioning this to be a full-fledged marketing agency where I have a staff and we're getting contracts. We're targeting government, we're targeting the public sector, the private sector. As long as you're in the software industry, you're a ideal client. Either you be small size, medium size, or enterprise. So this is my first iteration of the website. Granted, guys, whenever you create a website, this is always the base. Now, as you continue to evolve your business, you continue to update your website, you continue to make changes, but this is what I'm actually started off. So, here's some of the services that I offer, from demand generation, digital marketing, marketing ROI, content strategy, campaign strategy, website and social media, and so forth. But also, too, I provide useful tips, guys. One thing I've learned in this space, in order for you to be successful in business, you need to be able to provide a service to someone that is needed. So I wanted to get into a space like, okay, this is a need, not a want. So in order for any company to really strive and generate positive, qualified leads, this is what they need. So based on how I present and how I, provide a solution to their problem, my goal is to get their business as a client, where I could actually service all their marketing software, either in-house, being as a consultant, or they could just hire my agency to do the work for them. And again, this is why we're targeting more of the small shop, more of the entrepreneur startup companies, but also the full-fledged enterprise companies. So again, this is something that I put down on paper while I was in Dominican Republic, and I literally sat at the table every night and just start designing, start writing. And one thing about me is that when I get into this tunnel vision, dude, I don't see nothing but what's in front of me. And at this point, and again, turning 45 years old, I realized like it's now or never. Although, yes, I'm still trying to get contracts because I still got to pay the bills. However, this can be my side thing. YouTube is fun. Like this whole YouTube thing, traveling thing is fun. It's leisure. But at the end of the day, this is not something I could push on to my sons and to my kids. Teach them what I know within the tech space. Because guys, I'm letting you know right now, the tech industry is not going anywhere. If your children are not getting to the STEMs, either be science, technology, engineer, or medical, dude, they're gonna be left behind. And I'm already teaching my youngest son, who is, autistic special needs, but he's high function, to start looking into programming because he loved designing. Put him in special programs because, again, I don't want my children to be left behind, guys. Look, AI is here to stay. Automation is here to stay. It's just going to get worse. And if you don't have these skills, you'll be left behind. And again, for you guys, maybe, it's not important to you guys, but for your kids, your nephews, your cousins, your little brothers and sisters, you need to start putting them into this realm, because right now, I'll tell you this right now, guys, in tech field, there's not too many of us in technology. I'm being honest with you. From the hardware side to the software side, there's not too many Black men in tech, and especially Black women. So always keep that in mind, guys. If you really want to become that digital nomad, if you want to become, the next generation of businessman, it's all going to be in tech. And this is the best time to learn. And I tell you this whole AI chat GPT thing, don't be afraid of it, man. Embrace it. Once you start embracing technology, you realize that you can use it for your benefit and it can make you money. That's where the money's at. I mean, more respect to all my brothers out there who are doing well overseas, you know, with their restaurants and their transportation company, logistics company, real estate companies. Man, keep doing it. I love it. Love it. But also too, guys, let's not forget about technology, because right now we are the minority in technology. There's not too many of us, especially in my area. So when you see a brother like doing the same stuff that I'm doing, I'm like, hey, what's up, man? Let's exchange numbers, because the probability of meeting another brother is slim to none. And I understand this narrative that, you know, just get into IT. Like, guys, IT is so broad. You could get into the hardware side, you could get into the software side, you could get into the business side, you could get into the operation side. You get into the marketing side, you could get into the sales side, guys. It really depends where you want to fall into, but this is what the future is. And again, when I decided to say, you know what, I'm going to start this OS on marketing solution agency, it's gonna take some time, and I had to put all my attention to it. And by doing this, traveling will have to be put in the back burner. I've decided to cut a lot of my traveling plans for this year and for next year and shut it down and really focus on building this business. Because at the end of the day, if I could just go ahead and commit 5 years to this business, as well as doing other things, I could have the remaining 5 years, those 5 years later, to do the fuck what I want, because this stuff will be on autopilot. So your boy was thinking in DR, man. You know, I was working out like crazy, going to the gym every day, putting in at least 3 hours a day, walking around the neighborhood, listening to positive books. I came across some books that I'm currently listening to right now, audiobooks. I'm listening to, I can give you guys some name of it. I'm listening to one called Can't Hurt Me by Devin Goggins. There's one called Unfuck Yourself by Gary John Bishop, 48 Laws of Power, and the Black Male Handbook. Guys, I'm at a stage now, I'm just trying to retain as much information as possible, guys. I'm learning so much about AI. Like, I'm literally in the ChatGPT tool every day, playing with it, doing different tricks to see, what type of information I can actually gather. Guys, if you could understand and control AI, you know how much money you can make? It's just insane, man. And it's just like, again, it's cool that we're traveling. Granted, traveling is an expense, it's a getaway. But what are you doing to push yourself to the next level? I mean, granted, for a lot of you guys that's close to retirement, hey, you guys are good. You guys have your pension. You guys have, your investments. Look, you don't need this information. But I'm talking about my younger brothers, or my brother who just decided to change his career at 40. Start thinking like ways you could actually enhance yourself, because, like, be honest, YouTube has a lot of great information, but also has a lot of bullshit information. And what I started to do, I shit you not, guys, I started unsubscribing from a lot of content creators. Anything that's red pill, anything that's Passport Bro related, anything that does not provide any true meaning to enhance my life, I unsubscribed. Now, granted, sometimes it's easy to fall in that rabbit hole because you want that distraction, but sometimes we need to really shut off everything and to see what we could really do. So I'm at this point where I was impacted by the tech layoff, but lucky for me, I had a good savings, got good side money on the side. However, it's just like, this is my chance to do my own thing. Now, again, guys, I'm still doing interviews because I still need to pay my bills. So I still want that high paying salary. But on my side, this will be my side. This will be my side hustle. Trying to get these little small contracts, either be small business owners, startup companies, mid-sized companies, or enterprise company. I don't care, dude. I'm gonna start pushing this shit hard. Money that I was gonna use towards traveling, I'm pushing that towards marketing. It just, during my trip in DR, I met a young man. He has a few Airbnbs in DR, very successful Airbnbs, and back home in the States, he has a Turo business where he has 7 cars that he rents out. And we're sitting in Sasua, drinking, eating, and we're talking. He's telling me about his business. Man, dude, I just sat there and just looked at this man. I didn't see nothing else around me. All the chicas around me trying to give me the eye. Hey, Poppy, hey, Poppy. I didn't pay them no attention. Look, my eyes was fixated on this man, on what he was saying, because, dude, this is what I want to see. These are the people that I want to meet during my travels. I don't want to meet dudes that's on their soapbox. I don't want to meet dudes that's dealing with emotional issues or baggage. I don't want to meet these guys. I'm done. Like, I really want to meet guys who making things happen. And I met this other guy. He's an engineer, he's a hardware engineer for the School of Detroit school district. And dude, we were just sitting now. We're sitting at fucking Kings and Sasua, having drinks, and we talking about AI. And we sat there, we kind of laughed at each other, like, yo, do you hear what we talking about? Like, we literally had to take a step back, like, yo, because we were so ingrained into this AI conversation that we completely forgot where we were. And I love that shit, man. It's just like, I'm just at a point now, I want to learn from you guys, man. I want to, like, yo, I don't care what industry you in. I want to learn, because there's always an opportunity that maybe we could work something together. Talking about women and red pill and all this stuff, look at me, guys, serves no value. Serves no value to us. And it's just like, my boy Hank, he just recently published a book. Like, I want to be around go-getters. And the great thing about this, we have these platforms where we can meet other black men that are doing the same amazing things that you are. Sometimes you just got to say hello and start a conversation. Your future business partner could be sitting right next to you at that bar. Because you choose not to say what's up to him or acknowledge him, you guys will probably never had a chance to work together. And that's why now I'm going out of my way to say, hey, how you doing, man? I'm looking for opportunities. It's now or never. That's the mindset that I have for the remaining of my life. It's now or never. Again, guys, if you're looking for a platform that you're looking for beef, or you're looking for a soapbox to complain about modern women, this is not the platform. It will never be that platform. I'm not a Passport Bro platform. I'm not a platform to talk about stuff that has no meaning to me. If you want looking for something where you can improve yourself, you want to become a better person, in all aspects, physically, financially, spiritually, emotionally, be around a great men that's supporting each other, then this is the platform. So, I mean, again, thank you for my 8 listeners. I'm okay with that, because I'm telling you this right now, guys, I have a fucking vision. I'm about to take this shit to the next level, man. And again, if you ride with me, I got you. If you ride with me, I got you. Because again, I'm trying to create a community of black men travelers that making things happen. Shout out to, Flip Flop out there in Sasua. Shout out to my boy Vincent with Flames. Shout out to Wings and Waffles. Shout out to all the brothers out there that making things happen in these countries, man. They had a vision, they executed, and guess what? They living that life, man. Shout out to them. Traveling is more about pussy, man. Traveling is about experience and meeting people and making things happen. So that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. And again, this is my website. I created it in a week. Like, literally, guys, I put myself in the hole and just grind. I created all these different blogs. Created, companies that I worked for in the past. Guys, listen, if you know my experience, guys, these are some of the companies I work for. I worked for Verizon. I was manager, directors at these companies. Verizon, Dell, HP, Allstate, Deloitte, Bacardi, Carrier, Tyco. Man, I've been around, guys. Sometimes you just, sit down, dude. I'll tell you some of my experiences. Look, guys, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm an illegal Haitian immigrant that came into the United States in 1978 on a raft boat with my mother illegally. A woman tried to snatch me off my mother's hands to throw me into the water because I kept crying. I was raised in Dade County in the projects. Liberty City, Little Haiti. I'm not supposed to be here. Few of my friends have been killed. Few of my friends are serving life in prison. I'm not supposed to be here. And I know a lot of you guys probably share the same experience that I have. You know, raised in the projects, raised in the hood, never had the opportunity to. Look, guys, I was raised without a father, man. I never had any male mentor to tell me what direction to take. Everything I learned, I had to learn on my own and through trial and error. I fucked up in a lot of places, guys. I'll be the first one to admit I fucked up in a lot of places because never had anyone to guide me. I just looked at the next man. Okay, not to do that. But most of my life experience, man, were through trial and error. A lot of people don't know that I had a learning disability. I had as a child, I had a speech impediment. Even now, sometimes it kicks in a little bit. I used to have a severe stuttering issue, where to the point where I could not talk. In order for me to speak, I had to hit something for me to say a word. And it got so bad to the point where I literally went a whole year not talking. Only like my closest friends knew that I could talk, but everyone thought I was a mute at one point when I was a kid. And now, guys, doing presentations is easy to me. To some people, when they stand in front of a crowd, they get nervous. For me, it's nothing. But as a child, guys, I could not talk. I could not. I'd be like, I mean, it was just bad. People used to pick on me all the time, and I used to get in fights because of that. But guess what? During college, I took Toastmasters. I took classes that was going to actually benefit me. And now I'm here. But I'm always finding ways to better myself. And that's why I'm all about self-improvement. I'm all about, hey, what can I do to better myself? Yes, I do procrastinate at times. I'm the first to admit that. I do procrastinate like crazy. But guys, when I get into that tunnel vision, that shotgun loaded mentality, dude, I'm a pit bull, man. And once I have my eyes set on something, I'm gonna knock it out. But I need to be more consistent about it. And again, approaching 45. No, now that I am 45 years old, it's now or never. So I wanted to share this with you guys again. You know, this is my business that I started. As you guys know, I have the Black Man Travel website as well. That website is generating a lot of traffic. I wish my YouTube page could generate a lot of traffic, but my website, I'm getting a lot of love through my website. But again, that's just another, the website for Black Man Travel is just more of a hobby thing. I'm hoping that it could become another revenue stream eventually, but for now, it's just a hobby. Educate other like-minded brothers out there who want to learn, who want to read, who want to experience something different, to check it out. So, but this is my website for Always On Marketing Solution, guys. I decided to start my agency. I got my LLC. Of course, I may change it to a C Corp, but for now it's the LLC because it's just me. And I have my tax ID. And you best believe I'll be getting some business credit cards with Always On Marketing Solutions. That's the next plan. Now that I'm back, I got back from DR 2 days ago. So now that I'm back, I'll be applying for some credit cards, some business credit cards, so I can do some tax write-offs. And let's go from there, guys. So, hey, that's something I wanted to share with you guys. 1 second. Now, here's the thing, right? I want to talk about another thing, man. Again, I'm going to go to the comments. It's a lot of comments, man. Hey, guys, look. First of all, I want to say, look, either be one person watching the video stream or 100, which I hope I have 100 people watching one day. I appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to me, man. I'm hoping that what I share with you guys serves some type of value to you. Yeah, I'm not here to entertain you guys with a lot of fuckery, but if you're here to learn, if you're here to become a better version of yourself, or learn how to travel better, hey, I'm more than happy to show you the ropes, man. And again, I'm open book, guys. I'm not perfect. I've dealt with depression, severe depression, guys. I'm not afraid to share from the life that I lived to where I'm at now. Dealing, almost being shot, being shot at, being written off by your high school counselor that you're not college material, and not knowing that at 26 years old, I had my fucking MBA degree. Whew. Let's check out some of these comments before I move on to the next topic. All right. Salute to you, brother. What's up, man? Roland, sounds like you don't want to be. Now I'm happy to be back home, man. One thing about Dominican Republic, like DR is home to me. I don't consider DR as a vacation anymore because I have property there. You know, I have a life there. So when I go to DR, it's like going to Miami. It's not really a vacation. Vacation to me is like going somewhere to another country. But whenever I go to DR, it's just like it's like you going to North Carolina. Or you going to Texas. That's how I treat DR now. It's like it's nothing exciting to me. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna go take care of business, see my lady, spend some time with her, and chill out. Oh, that's me. Peace from Playa del Carmen. Hey, what up, man? I was there last year, bro. Nice city. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of people. Yeah, man. Yeah, the tech field. Yeah, a lot of white collar professions, man. These guys are making good money. Were laid off, but the good thing is the same people have these unique skills. They find these jobs back. So again, if you have a very high demanding skill in tech that is needed, you're going to find a job back. And one thing too, a lot of these companies offer severance packages. So depending on which company you work for, you probably got a severance package of $40,000, $50,000 cash. Now not cash, but like a check. So just always keep that in mind, man. But again, that's what separates you from anyone else. If you have a unique skill set, either be in sales, marketing, IT, or any government special skills, guys, always sharpen your skills because as Black men, there's not too many of us in these positions. It's just not. Congrats, bro. That's dope. Thank you, man. Yeah, panels could be rough than the breakout interviews following. Yeah, man. One thing, guys, like as you get into your profession, depending on if you're getting more into the VP roles, you know, senior level roles, those panel interviews could be very intense because you're getting drilled by multiple people. It's not like a one-on-one conversation. You literally got to address the entire floor. So you have to learn when you do these interviews, you're scanning the entire room and making sure you're making eye contact with each person. And whenever someone's speaking to you, you're speaking to them by looking at them, but also you still got to look at the others. And you got to look at the body language, all that stuff, man. All that shit fucks with you, man. But once you've done so many of those, you kind of get used to it. It's a good age, brother. Take your experience and make your mark. Yeah, this is the right age, man. Facts. Leaving a business, a legacy for your children is essential, like the other cultures, i.e., white, Asian, Indian. Yeah, I think, you know, by starting this agency, again, if I could take it to that where I envision it to become, I could pass this on to my son to at least have some type of job. You know, I do have a special needs son. My youngest son is autistic, and you know, he's a Black man with special needs. It's gonna be a challenge for him. So if I could leave something for him behind, like, you know, or at least gear him in the right position to have a right career where he can take care of himself. Look, I'll be happy, man. I just want my son to have a normal life, man. That's all I want. My oldest son, he's gonna be all right. He's already there. But I just want to make sure that as I continue to live this life that I'm living right now, that I put things in place that my kids will be taken care of. Talk super facts. What's up, Milano? Hey, you know what? I want to take the time to acknowledge Milano, man. I know he could be a very sarcastic son of a bitch, but but you know what? Hey, Milano was one of the first few guys that I started following on YouTube. Milano has a lot of experience in the traveling game, although his content could be a little controversy, but he was like one of the first YouTubers I was following in regards to traveling. So shout out to you, man. I want to give you flowers now, dude. I know you've gone through a lot with your YouTube channel. But hey, bro, I'm gonna give you your flowers right now, bro. You were like one of the first traveling YouTubers that I was following back then. This is back 2014, 2015 time. So yeah, man, I just want to give you your flowers, man. 3 hours a day in the gym, sweet Jesus. Yeah, man. Look, man. One thing about when you're on vacation, you can either sleep in, drink in, or just make something more productive. And guys, when I was in DR, dude, I had nothing to do. Again, guys, DR is second home to me. It's not like going to, a brand new country where I want to explore everything. I've seen all of Dominican Republic. Like literally, I've seen the baddest. I've seen all the different cultures within, Dominican Republic. So when I go there, it's like me going back home to Miami. So I can either, make myself productive while I'm there in DR or just become lazy. So I've decided, you know what? Hey, I'm going to go to the gym every fucking day. I'm gonna do the bag for the first hour, do an hour of cardio, then I'm gonna do my weights. So 3 hours. So I was spending 3 hours a day in the damn gym. And I came, come home, get fed, get taken care of by my lady, and I hit, start working on my website. Again, guys, you want to put yourself in a routine. Put yourself in a routine where if you're thinking about becoming an expat, or you're thinking about becoming a digital nomad, you gotta have a routine. You can't just get up and just go with the fly. And that's one thing is, I try to put myself in a routine where every day I got something to do. I can't just get up and just like, okay, what I'm gonna do today? Scratch my balls and go to the beach? No, I got to keep myself busy, man. It's only rocket from here. Yeah, man. Thank you, man. Well, I'm retired, just turned 46 and still on what you're talking about. Okay. Hey, man, congrats on your retirement, man. Like I said, some of you guys are way ahead of me, man, and I love hearing black men, young black men retired, young black men making things happen. I love hearing that, man, because this whole narrative that black men are just traveling for one thing. I'm sick of it, man. Traveling to find submissive women. Dude, I'm tired. I'm so sick of hearing that. It's like, dude, a lot of us are making things happen in these countries. A lot of us are really like building things. But it's just this whole narrative that we just traveling for one thing and just get tired of that shit. I know he unscribed for me. Hey, you know what, man? Look, Milano, I gave you your flowers, man. Hey, like I said, you're one of the first YouTubers that I followed back in 2015, man. I was following your antics. And again, I got to give you're one of the pioneers in the traveling game, man. A lot of people don't want to admit that, but you are. Impacted by the tech job. I heard some techs are doing DoorDash and Lyft nowadays from the layoff. Yeah, man. A lot of people are doing, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But again, a lot of these guys are jumping back on their feet because they're finding jobs in other companies. So it really depends where you are, like what's your skill level in tech. Because again, tech could be business, it could be operational, it could be techie, like hardware or software development. So it really depends on where you fall within the tech field, because tech is so broad. I did the same thing. I unsubscribed from all the Tasha Red Pill mess for channel. Yeah, man. I just felt like, you know what? I'm not learning nothing from these channels. And it's literally the same rhetoric across. It seemed like everybody's reading off the same playbook every damn day. I got tired of it. You wasn't get that attention in Mexico. Yeah, it's all good, man, bro. It's all good. You got to control the energy around you and what you listen to as well, music included. Yeah, man. I even stopped listening to certain music, man. Now I listen to a lot of more that lo-fi jazz, hip-hop jazz feel. Listen to a lot of old school hip-hop. Yeah, I listen to a lot of positive music now, man. Just, I don't know. Anything that's depressing, I don't want to listen to it. A boy who knows me since 6 years old will be talking like Kanoa. You should upload into Fanbase too, black-owned social media. I heard about Fanbase, man. You know, I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna definitely look into that because I heard about Fanbase last week, so I may need to jump on that. One thing too, Todd, I've been heavy on LinkedIn, so I've been posting a lot of my blogs, been active in the social community within the business side of LinkedIn, just to get my word, just to get my name out there. And that's something that I didn't do in the early part of my career. I didn't play the game, guys. One thing about corporate America, it's a fucking game. You either play to win it, or you play to lose. And my thing was, I was that arrogant, I don't need to play that game. I'm gonna kiss no one's ass. They're gonna have to see me for my skills or what I bring to the table. Not knowing that, man, dude, it's a game. Corporate America is a fucking game. You got to play the game. And I didn't learn that until late in life. And now that I know, I'm playing the hell out of that fucking game. But I wish I would have, I wish someone would have taught me that at 22 years old. I wish I had a mentor at 22 years old to say, hey, Kanal, you know, this is what you need to do. Because I didn't have that. You know, I didn't have any mentors that's going to mentor me through my profession. One of my first mentors was a white guy. I never had any black mentors to really, you know, put me on game. Never had that. And that's why for me now, I go out of my way when I see a young brother, dude, I try to put them on, man. It's like, hey, listen, this is what you need to do. These are the certifications you need to do. These are the fields you need to look into, what not to do, and so forth. Because I didn't have anyone taught me that. And it sucks. I'd probably be a whole lot further now if I had someone to teach me the ropes, but it is what it is. Lesson learned. That's why I appreciate content creators like you. Nothing but good vibes over here. Oh, thanks, man. Oh man. Yeah, fan base. You know what? I'm gonna check it out, man. I'm gonna check it out. No, you're here because you're different from the rest, man. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it, man. Golden Childs with Alex Word. I'm sub to you too on there. Okay. All right. Fan base. I'm gonna check it out, man. Now to get off subject, but these self-improvement conversations are for young guys. You know what? I agree, but I think a lot of us old heads need it too, man. I think a lot of us sometimes kind of get stuck in our ways a little bit, and sometimes that could be somewhat of our hindrance. You know, there's something new to learn from everything. You can learn from a young guy, you can learn from a child. But I think as Black men, we should always try to self-improve in all aspects, man, because right now we're not winning as a race of men. Black men, we're literally on the bottom pole of literally on every topic. And it's just like, we need to change that. I mean, that's how I take on it. You guys may disagree with me, but Black men need to take care of themselves, man. You know, even with our health, that's self-improvement. You going to the gym, you being mindful of what you're eating, going seeing a doctor, that's self-improvement. You have a bullshit job that you've been doing for 20 years. You hate the damn job. All you need to do is just take 6 months, learn a new certification, and you double your salary. That's self-improvement. So I think self-improvement is all about enhancing your current environment, your current state. You know, so I think that's always essential, because again, you want to have a woman that's always self-improving herself as well. I wouldn't want to date a woman that is content where she is right now. Like, no, I want a woman that has that self-improvement mindset as well, because I want her to always improving herself for me and for herself. Same goes for me. I want to self-improve for me and my family and for my wife. That's the mindset that I have, but you know, you could disagree. Kanal, you prove that the underdog wins in the end. Oh, thanks, bro. Oh, I do both, man. I do both, guys. When I train, you can't really see me like now, but I lost a lot of weight. I do weights and calisthenics at the same time. So, like for instance, if I'm doing chest, upper bodies, I'm doing air squats. When I do legs, like when I lift legs on the next day, I do push-ups, like pull-ups. So I flip-flop. But I always try to do a full body workout every day. And now also I kind of do more functional workouts. So everything that I do serves a purpose. I don't do that heavy lifting, powerlifting shit. No, I have no bad joints, no bad back, thank God. And I just try to do everything to be more functional, because again, I want to be healthy. I want to be able to move around and climb stairs and so forth and not walk with a limp. So everything I do has a functional purpose in my workout. Great comments, guys. All right. And Milano, you active today, man. Now or never, the model for 23. Yeah, man. Now or never, man. I wish each of you guys to have the same mindset as now or never. If you think about becoming a content creator, do it. If you're thinking about moving to another state or another country, do it. Put yourself in a position to do it. You're thinking about starting a business, do it. It's just like, it's now or never, because the thing is, there's no perfect time to do it. And that's something that I wish someone would have pushed me a long time ago harder to do this, because I have all this wealth of knowledge in my damn fucking head that I could be making crazy amount of money, but I chose to work for somebody. And there's nothing wrong working for somebody, but you got to control your own destiny. And in order to do that, you got to have your own business. And again, starting a business is not easy. There's going to be some days that I can't do shit, but I'm willing to make that sacrifice today in order to have a successful business tomorrow. Do you have a mentor program? You can reach these young brothers and advise them on the path they need to follow. One thing, guys, you know, and I can share this with you guys. When I was in Chicago, I was a member of the 100 Black Men. I joined them after graduate school, and I was mentoring a lot of youth. And my youth today, they're married with kids. So I was definitely getting them like the real deal. I was not selling them a dream. Like, hey, listen, this is what, you know, the class will teach, will sell a dream, but on the side is like, yo, this is what you need to do. And that's what I did. And I really enjoyed my time as a mentor with the 100 Black Men back in Chicago. And it was an amazing experience, man. Yes, guys, I was a member of the 100 Black Men Chicago chapter. Milano, I'll be honest, when guys call me autistic, that's an insult to all the real autistic people out there. I never even know about autistic until homeboy explained it to me. Yeah, man, my son is autistic. And one thing is, when he was diagnosed at 2 years old, I took it hard, man, because, you know, I didn't know what autistic meant. And, you know, as Black people, Caribbean people, African people, Latin people, whatever, we always try to look, like, we try to believe that that's not a problem, like, or he'll grow out of it, or beat him out of it. And that's not the case. Like, a lot of our men right now are probably autistic right now. A lot of our children right now are walking around undiagnosed on the spectrum. And once I dealt with, you know, my ego of accepting my child being autistic, I say, you know what? Let's do whatever it takes to make sure he get all the proper help he need. Guys, I could easily drive a Range Rover. I could easily drive, like, you know, all these fancy shit, fancy clothes, but guess what? My money goes towards special programs. I make sure my kid goes to programming school. My oldest son, he's going to football camp. It's just like, my money goes to traveling and just putting money aside for opportunities. But guys, pay attention to the people around you and be mindful of what you say. When you call someone slow, like, now I had to really check myself, calling them retard, slow. I don't use those words in my vocabulary. Like, after I found out what autistic is, and it's really, there's, you know, it's a wide spectrum of disabilities, I'm more sensitive to that now. Like, when I'm at the grocery store and you see those bagger boys, sometimes these guys are on the spectrum, and I talk to them. I'm very patient with them, and it just taught me to, like, you know, hey, you know, everyone has their own way of processing information, man. And for me, calling someone short yellow bus, retarded, or anything that's offensive, I'm very sensitive to that now. Like, I'm very sensitive how people talk to autistic people. So, again, I learned a lot being a father to a special needs child. It does take a lot of work and time, but I love my son. I mean, it just is this is what it is. I have to accept his gifts, and all I could do is just make it flourish. That's it. So again, look, I'm open up to you guys. It's just like, hey, I felt like you need to be transparent. I'm not here to sell you guys a fantasy or consultation or whatever. Like, hey, I'm a real Black man that has desire to do great things in life, but I also have my own faults. I always have my own issues as well, and I'm not afraid to share that. So it's cool, man. You hook me up with the plate of Donjon. Hey, yeah, man, the Haitian food, bro. Oh, man. I feel you, though. I actually visited Brazil, and it wasn't because of the women, because a local Brazilian woman motivated me to visit. She told me to check it out because Brazil is amazing. Yeah, man. I mean, guys, I want you guys to go out there and travel and see the world, man. It's a beautiful thing. That's a lot of comments. Hey, you know what? I'm getting all these comments, but I only got 2 likes, guys. Make sure you guys like the videos, man. I really appreciate it, man. Again, I'm hoping this content could reach somebody that probably needs to hear this. But man, guys, take that chance now. It's now or never. Now or never mindset. And I'm about to, like, take this shit to the next level, man. And I'm put all my time and focus on that. Traveling will be taking the back seat. I'll probably be shutting traveling soon. Shutting it down for a while, and just trying to make things happen domestically. But I want to talk about one thing too, man. Another thing I want to talk about, because I talked about, the economics, about the tech layoff, the AI, automation, business and investments. I want to talk about health, man. This is a good tie-in, guys. As black men, we need to take more better concern about our health. We're losing a lot of black men after the age of 40. What's the point of you working, busting your ass all these years just to retire and die 2 years later? I never understood that shit. Or you retired and you have all these health issues that you can't even travel. Like, what's preventing you from going and seeing the doctor? Yeah, you take flights, you do these lavish trips, you pay for all this entertainment overseas, but yet you don't go see the doctor. And you hear more and more men dying overseas. More black men are dying from heart attacks, diabetes, high blood pressure. And this is after 40. So you have guys literally working their whole entire fucking life to die 2 years later after retirement. And guys, do you know a study shows that most men tend to die within 5 years after their retirement? I forgot the percentage was, but it's a good percentage of men. I'm not saying black men, just men in general. They end up passing within 5 years of their retirement. It's probably higher for black men because we were always leading the charge of a lot of health issues. But guys, go see the doctor, man. There's no way you guys are making all this money, living this life, traveling abroad, and not going to see the doctor. Because I tell you this, when I was in DR, man, I seen a lot of fat dudes, man, like big guys. And it's just, I can't, I'm trying to be nice here, man. I'm trying to be nice. It's just like, guys, go see the doctor, man. If you got pre-existing health issues, go see your doctor, man. If you're trying to lose weight, dude, reach out to me, man. I'll put together something for you that you could just start off. I just want to see you guys win, man. And what's the point of you doing all this shit, busting your ass, and you have health issues after you retired, or after you go travel a trip and you end up getting a stroke or something? Like, guys, black men, we're dying out here, guys. And it's not the guns. It's not the guns that kill, is the food, the lack of exercise, not seeing a doctor, guys. A lot of us traveling obesity, man. Like, we're obese traveling. And that's something that I even took notice when I was traveling. Like, God damn, we kind of big compared to most people in other countries. But, again, this is more of a PSA, guys. Just be the best version of yourself, man. It's cool you making all this money. It's cool you got all this investment properties and everything else. You retired, whatever. But, man, don't forget you, man. Make yourself a priority, man. Go see the doctor. Trying to lose weight, go see a nutritionist. Pay for a trainer. Whatever it takes. Because I'm gonna tell you this right now, man. I'm seeing a lot of us overseas not looking too good. Just want to keep it real, man. Milano's busy today, man. Told brothers black men aren't winning, and they thought I was tripping. Society accept mulattoes, Latinos more than black men, even though mixed breeds are light-skinned brothers. I'm trying to understand the context. All right, when you say black men, you mean black men as our skin tone? I mean, across the globe, guys, colorism is real. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Yes, as a dark-skinned man, there is a fetish, but society still look down at dark-skinned people in a negative way. Even I was in Thailand, the dark-skinned Thais were looked down upon versus the white skin Thais. Same goes in Colombia. You go to Colombia, Brazil, even DR, man. The darker the skin the darker your skin color is, the lower the class totem pole you fall into. It is what it is. I mean, if you're mulatto, if you're more of a more fair skin complexion, you get more extra benefits. But I've seen it across Latin America, Caribbean, shit, even here in the States, man. The whole brown bag. You remember that? Light skin, red bone used to get more favoritism. It's just now dark skinned brothers are the end thing. But I think it's more of a fetish. So just to answer your question, yeah, I think a lot of dark skinned men, it's just what it is. You know, people may look at it as a fetish, but you know, society wise, dark skinned people are kind of like looked down in a lot of countries. I mean, maybe someone could disagree with me on that. YouTube, no time like the present. Yeah, man. Yo, man, what's up, Marquise Hill? Marquise doing his thing, man. Guys, make sure to follow Marquise Hill. He's about to go to Japan, make things happen over there. I did a interesting member spotlight with Marquise Hill. Put him on game on the business credit cards. Now, dude has about 20 business credit cards. He's with the American Express. The damn, which car? I don't know what cars you're on, man, but dude is doing his thing, man. Congrats, Marcus Hill, man. Safe travels to Japan. Literally moving to Texas on Saturday, doing it. Yeah, man. Texas is nice. Milano, I'm active because this live is emotional and I'm about to move into a cheap spot. But even though I didn't like what you said on the video at the airport, I respect your mind frame. Salute. It's all good, man. We don't have to agree or disagree. But like I said, dude, I gave you your flowers, man. You were like one of the first few guys that I started following about traveling. And your videos were interesting. Honestly, autism has to some degree almost been honestly, autism is to some degree is almost being a mutant. Every autistic child, child, and adult have a superpower we all can envy. The number one is attention to detail. Yeah, I agree. My son has amazing memory. It just is fucking insane with his memory. Like, he remembers stuff, and he's really big on like numbers. Numbers come easy to him, man. I'm like, but again, that's a superpower, man. Whatever I need to do to push that superpower out there, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I had no idea of that. Salute to you, man. All right, man. Wait, on the spectrum, Caribbean Cousin said that about me. You're gonna have to get me a plate of donjon to make it right. You reminded me that I need to travel again. I forgot my passport expired. Oh man, dude, you know there's a long wait for that passport, right? I'm hearing there's like a 90 days wait to 6 months for some people, depending on your state. And I think you're in Florida, right? You're in Miami, man. So it's gonna be a long wait for you, man. Yeah, but right now there's a holdup with passport, guys. If you're thinking about renewing your passport or getting a passport, the wait may be long for you. Yeah, I can't enjoy life if you're not healthy enough to enjoy it. I agree. My best friend is the one that I said reminds me of you, Kanal. His my friend similar. Mine is the workout. The Haitian too. The Haitian run had me lit. Yeah, that bumbo coot, man. Yeah, that'll put you on your ass, man. My neighbor, all he did was work around the house and be unhappy at home, working like a slave. Last thing he did, paint his house. Wow. Yeah, man. Yeah, guys, just make time for yourself, man. You know, sometimes as black men, we tend to put others before us. We're very giving people. As much as people want to paint black men being selfish, we're really not. We're very giving. You know, we'll do whatever it takes to help somebody, you know, if we can. And sometimes we forget that we need to put ourselves first. And it's true. What up, bro? Two of my coworkers died within a year after retiring. Both plan on moving out of the country and living their best life, only to have passed away from the heart attacks. Yeah, guys, it's common that studies show that most men within 5 years of their retirement, they will pass. All that stress, all that drinking, smoking, eating bad shit, you know, not going to the doctor catches up with you, man. It may not catch up with you while you're working. However, once you slow down, that's when everything catches up with you. When you're sitting down, not working anymore, not moving around, that's when things seem to always pop up. So you're saying there are a lot of minions running around? All right, if you're going to live permanently in another country, understand that you'll be different. Infrastructure is not the U.S., so be adaptable, meaning flexibility, endurance, health, and strength. Yes, Guys, it's just a different beast, man. Again, if you're thinking about becoming an expat, you gotta adapt, man. And the best way to do that is to start mentally and physically preparing yourself to live overseas. And that means if you gotta go drop the weight or go see the doctor, make sure you clear. Make sure you do that, guys. And stay away from them blue pills off the street, man. I think a lot of guys be croaking off of that shit. Just be careful with that, man. Mr. G's, ICMN, my fellow Haitian brother. Facts, health is wealth. I'm not big, but I do need to get my ass back in the gym. Yeah, man, we talked about that last week, man. Go to the gym. Shit, I'm trying to gain weight. I'm starving Marvin over here. And you know what? Some people have that genes, but guys, be careful, man. You know, hence, i.e. Kevin Samuels, rest in peace. Look at Kevin Samuels, man. He was a thin, tall guy. We end up getting a heart attack. All that stress catches up with you, man. Working, putting 60, 80 hours a week in, a week in, Red Bull, you don't know what type of food you're eating, pills. All that takes a toll on you guys. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. But guys, whoever thought he'll die from a heart attack? And just recently, did you guys hear about what's his name? Jamie Foxx. He ended up getting a heart attack, filming. So keep that in mind, guys. Doesn't matter what size you are, man. You should go see the doctor. Make sure your arteries are not clogged up. Make sure all your vitals are working properly. Because again, we ain't young. I know majority of my listeners are 40 plus or 35 plus. We're not young chickens anymore, man. Go see the doctor. Do whatever it takes, man. Change your diet. Like right now, guys, I'm drinking this right here. This is celery, spinach, kale, kiwi, and apple. I'm drinking this, guys. I fast I fast 16 hours a day. And I only have an 8-hour window to eat all my meals. And if I do get hungry late night, I just drink this. I can share this with you guys. And again, I'm an open book. Last year, I had a colon scare. They thought they saw a mass in my colon, where I had to do 2 colonoscopy exams and an MRI scan last year. And dude, when I tell you I was stressed the fuck out, like I was worrying and just like, man, what about if I have cancer or whatever? Because they so-called thought they saw a mass. But after doing so many different examinations, which were costly, they didn't find anything. Then after that, my prostate. So I was like, what the fuck, man? So then they did some, MRI of my prostate, did some more exams. Lucky for me, I was clear. So I'm clear from colon issues, and I'm clear from prostate issues. Guys, I know as black men, we have our egos, we have our pride. You're 40 years old, man. Go check your prostate. A lot of us tend to die at a younger age because we find out we have a prostate cancer at a later date. So instead of catching it in the early phase where it can still be curable, we tend to catch it during stage 4, where at that point the cancer is already spread. And that's one thing I've learned about last year when I was going through the whole colon issue and I was going through the whole prostate issue. I learned a lot about how the colon works and the importance of having proper fiber, using the bathroom more than using the bathroom more than once. Your prostate, checking your prostate. I learned a lot, and now I'm very thorough about what I'm eating, what I'm doing, making sure that, hey, I'm using the bathroom often, going to see my doctor every 6 months, doing all my exams. Because guys, you don't know what's happening inside of you until it's too late. And a lot of us as black men, when we do find out, it's too late. So go see the doctor, man. That's something that we need to do. A lot of this stuff that we're dying from, we could actually cure if we catch it early. We're not invisible. We're not. If you're 35 and older, dude, go see the doctor, man. And by the way, guys, thank you so much thank you so much on these comments, man. I love how engaging you guys are. I really appreciate it, man. Make Beats Will Travel. I've been so inspired by your content. Headed to Brazil for a month on the first. Then Mexico will follow him up, big up, saying, "Hey man, dude, thank you, brother. Thank you that I was able to inspire you. But I hope that you pass the content over. You inspire someone else to travel as well. Guys, traveling is a therapy, man, but don't use that to be your only escape. Traveling gives you that opportunity for you to just check out mentally, check out temporarily, but whatever issue you're dealing with back home, make sure you deal with those issues. Traveling is not going to solve them. It's just going to delay them. So make sure that whatever emotional issues you're dealing with, work related, whatever, deal with those issues, but use traveling as a way to escape and come back motivated to face those issues head on. Milano, you're right about health is wealth statement. I've been doing burpees, weights once to twice a week, but mostly burpees to get my inside right. Cardio for lungs and heart. Yeah, that's perfect, man. Burpees are amazing. Guys, forgive me, man. I left my glasses in Miami, so I'm a little struggling reading this a little bit. All right, those Jack and Jill organization, the 40s and 50s. If you were darker than a paper bag, you was not accepted into their club. Yeah, that was really huge. Actually, I remember my time living in Chicago. I seen flyers for like light skin parties, like light skin parties. That was insane to me. Like there were folks throwing light skin parties. Like you had to be a certain skin hue color to come into that party. And this was in Chicago when I was in graduate school. So yeah, man, colorism is alive and well. The people that say that, hey, they're gonna love you because you're black, that's not true, man. A lot of these countries, man, they don't care for you. They only care because you got money. Always remember that, man. And that's something that wherever I go, they see dollars when they see me. Now, granted, you may meet some quality, great people during your travels where they want to get to know you as a person, but majority of the time, look, they see green. That's all they see. Because look how they treat the locals in that country. Look how they treat the blacks in those countries. That's like when people talk about Brazil, it's like, dude, Brazil's like one of the most racist countries to be in. But black guys always praising Brazil. They praise Salvador. No, they praise Salvador and they praise Rio. But the black folks who live in Brazil, they're living in Colombia, they're living in Ecuador, they're living in Chile. Shit, all the black folks in Argentina were killed, were wiped out. So it's just like, look how they treat the blacks in these countries for you to have a general idea as far as how you'll be treated if you didn't have that dollar. Hey, what's up, Juan? Push-ups are awesome for the heart, believe it or not, because you're pumping a lot of blood into your heart. Yeah, I do push-ups. If you remember Sage, I believe he has got a few superpower himself. Sage, damn. I think so. I think I remember him. Is he the boxer? I can't recall. You forgot we used to work together at E-Builder. Yeah, I remember you, bro. Yeah, I remember our time at the E-Builder in Plantation, Florida. Yeah, man. I remember you. Yeah, I'm waiting for mine right now. It's been 7 weeks. Yeah, I told you guys, there's a big holdup on passport, guys. I'm hearing people have been waiting 3 months now. And normally passport processing takes about 3 weeks. But I mean, people have not gotten their passport in 3 months. And they're expecting delays to run up to 6 months. I paid $650 for my spot now. I'm getting it for $400 a month. So I'm extra happy. Good, man. The Haitian one had me clap some chick in the strip club. She was Puerto Rican and Portuguese. 60 kisses for the cheap steak. Jake Price. All right. Acupuncture, yoga, spinning, even the detox every once in a while. I agree. I think detox is extremely important. And that's why I drink this green juice, guys. This takes me in the bathroom at least 3 times a day. Guys, you should be using the bathroom at least 3 times a day. If you're not using the bathroom 3 times a day, man, look, go see your doctor. And you should not be straining either. If you're straining to use the bathroom, that's not a good sign. Go see the doctor. Again, guys, I learned a lot about colon. I learned about prostate a lot last year because I was going through a whole shit of exams. So I was reading up. And one thing about, guys, be careful when you read, if you use Google. Google has a tendency to throw you into this damn rabbit hole of like, nigga, you're gonna die. You ever look up any health issues? They give you like the worst case scenario. Like, man, hey, why I got, why am I experiencing this health pain, whatever? Oh, you got cancer. Like everything's cancer related. I'm like, God damn. So and then you start falling to this deep rabbit hole of information where it just becomes depressing, man. And I remember my doctors would tell me, like, dude, stay away from Google. It's like intermittent fasting. Yeah, man, that's what I do, man. I do 16-8 right now. Prostate Info and Reason. Yep. I shot my second full music video in Mexico. Best experience I ever had, interacting with people and helping people while I was there. Awesome, man. Yeah, I know you're big on the rap game, man. Well, yeah, so, I mean, again, guys, I wanted to talk about those things. It's great that you guys are traveling, but the question is, like, what are your next move? Like, what are your next move in life? Are you looking to do something more than just traveling for fun? Are you thinking about, opening a business? Are you thinking about becoming an expat, expating to another country? Or are you thinking about, just trying a new hobby, man? I think I'm at a point now where I'm just trying to surround myself with positive, like-minded thought leaders moving forward. It's like, hey, we can still go out and have a great time. We can still get it in. I'm not saying not to. We can still get it in. But also, too, I want to be able to learn from you. I mean, I'm a strong believer that I can learn from anybody. I can learn from a child. I'm learning a lot from my youngest son. But also, I can learn from someone who's outside of my industry. I've never been the guy that looked down upon what you do. It's like, hey, as long as you're a good man and you stand by your word, I can fuck with you. But we've become a society where, in order for you to meet somebody, they got to be on your level. And I don't believe in that. And sometimes I think it's important for us to bring people up to our level as well. Because you just never know what that person's potential really is if you actually push them. So I'm a strong believer in pushing people to their potential. But at the same time, if I feel like you're dead weight, you're dead weight. It is what it is. Yeah, man. But that's it, man. I'm open the lines for you guys if you guys want to join the conversation. This has been a great talk. Again, I wanted to share this with you guys. I'm just moving next part of my chapter in my life. And I'm just at a point now where I'm open to new things. And it's now or never. I thought about doing content in DR. I brought my drone, brought my GoPro, brought everything with me. But when I was out there, I wasn't motivated to do that. I think my spirit kind of taught me, like, hey, focus on your business. It's just weird, man. I brought all my gear with me. I brought my drone, my GoPro, my Pocket 2. I was about to do some content, man, but my spirit was telling me, like, yo, there's no need for that right now. My spirit was telling me you need to start your own business. And guys, when I was literally like writing and building these web pages, doing everything, it was just coming naturally. It was not being forced. It was not like I'm sitting at a table for like hours trying to think. Everything just started flowing out. And I think that was the reason why I had to be in DR. I had to get away from everything in order for me to think and let it flow. I didn't take out none of my cameras out. I didn't take out none of my damn drones out. That shit stayed in my bag. But I had this notepad, guys. Let me show you this, man. Let me show you this, guys. Look, this is like DR. It's my notepad when I was in DR, man. Guys. It's just, man. Again, I brought my camera, brought my drones, ready to walk around, create some content, but my spirit was like, nah, bro, we ain't doing that. You need to write. You need to listen to some audiobooks. You need to build. And that's what I did, guys. So, all right, I got some guys in the back. 1 second. Forgive me, guys, because I don't have my glasses. Hey, make sure you guys don't damn flash me, because last time I brought someone on, they flashed me, man. I had to bring down the damn video. I see you, Manano. I see you, man. All right, Buck Travel, that's you. I know you. All right, cool. I'm gonna add you guys on. What's up, guys?
What's going on?
What's up?
Oh, man.
I figure I'd show my face. I know how them haters be. They that's why a lot of people try to get on my panel and do it. I'm like, nah.
Nah, it's all good.
All right, you said no flashing. How about flash dancing? What about that?
Look, one time I let someone on, man.
I'll have it synchronized to Miley Cyrus. How about that?
Man, this dude just flashed me, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Damn, they got me." So I was like,
So they basically do that to mess up your live, or they're really just being funny?
Yeah. Yeah,
But-
well, you see, I've actually done. You remember me back in
Yeah,
those
yeah,
days.
yeah, e-bullet,
I was heavy streaming on that joint, and let me tell you something. What these trolls do is that they actually use that as the old promo tool. So they 6ix9ine, Tekashi 6ix9ine, Snitch9, Ratface, whatever
Yeah.
you want to call him. He actually just did nothing but take a page out of their book and just translated it to real life, not realizing there's repercussions behind it. But that's neither here nor there. But that's
Yeah.
literally what they do. They literally do that to take that on another platform and then call it a prank so they could gain followers. Like, it took me a long while to figure out that's exactly what they were doing. So what I used to do, well, aside from the vulgar stuff, because I've had some very horrendous stuff done to me when I first started streaming early. What I would do is that I would actually turn their trolls back on them as jokes. So they would come on trolling me and do stuff like that, and I would just literally just come with rebuttals all day. And it used to be funny, so they can't post it because it just shows the entire time I'm embarrassing them.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, I want the attention. I want the attention more than you. What's good?
But
So-
it's all good. But anyway, I'm gonna go one by one. I want to get y'all take on the topic.
Okay.
Let's start with Buck Travel because he came in first. What's up, Buck? You there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's going on?
Yeah, man. What's up, man? What do you think of the topic?
Yeah, man, this whole traveling thing, man, it's more, than, the speed dating, mongering and all that, man. Brothers got to focus on other aspects of traveling, like, networking, forming businesses, becoming a digital nomad, expand their options, man. It doesn't have to be a fight life all the time, man. Now, a lot of these guys, some of them even admit that they travel for that kind of activity, So I'm not going to mention any names, but they openly say it on YouTube with their face on it, saying that okay, we travel for that kind of action. But guys gotta travel, see what they can find. See, for me, it's like I travel for, like, when I travel to places, I'm trying to see if this place is actually suitable to my needs in the future. Can I live in this place?
Yeah.
Can I do business in this place? That's the reason why I travel for. Like, the other aspects, nightlife and all that, that's secondary to me.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Hey, Milano, what about you, man? What you think of the topic?
Okay. Yeah. It's gonna be longer than that. Yeah, I was gonna say I know Buck Travels. You was talking about me with the guy really out there with the other stuff, but but yeah. I think, like, I was thinking about that too. Like I said in the comments, I don't know if you read the comment. You probably didn't get to it, but I was actually trying to probably do something for 2 or 3 months and try to really see how the locals live. You know what I mean? And do something like that. And I actually wanted to do truck driving, but I'm so scared of doing truck driving because I see these guys, like we were talking about the health as well. Bro, they're freaking obese, man. I know a dude, he's literally got them. I think you know what I'm talking about, when the calves are swollen red, like the legs with no circulation. I'm petrified of getting like that, bro. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to do the truck driving because I'm like, man, I don't want to get like that. And, I know guys get like that. I mean, there's some guys that, coach me and told me that actually do the truck driving. Like, yo, you just got to be on it. You got to make sure you're in control. And after you do your driving there for so many hours, you get an exercise and, you don't eat like crap and stuff. But you got to be on it, because a lot of these guys they don't care anymore. They're getting that big money to, like, oh, I don't care about my health. I got money. But yeah, I know a dude, he was working pizza delivery because I don't know what happened with his license, but he used to truck drive. Man, his legs were all swollen. And man, this guy was, oh my God, like what you was talking about, that shit was bad. And he had a Colombian chick in the States and she was using him, bro. Like using him like, oh my God, it's crazy. So yeah, That's the only thing though. But yeah, I was gonna ask you with the computer stuff. What do you suggest as far as a certificate? You know, I remember you talking about the 6 months will get you right for a new career. What would you suggest? An A+ or a C+ certificate?
Well, that's the thing, because with tech, and you know, it really depends what area in tech you want to get into. You want to get more into the soft side. You want to get into the hardware side. It really depends what you want to get into. You can get into the project management. It really depends on your personality. Like, what do you like to do? Are you more of a hands-on, that where you got to touch and feel the equipment, or you more of a software that focus around concept design and execution? So you really got to figure out what you want to get into. And also too, there's cloud. You know, there's the cloud certification that you could actually do as well, where you don't need no IT experience. So it just got to figure out what area of interest that you want to do. Do you want to be on the hardware side, or you want to be on the software side, or the business side?
Yeah,
I can't tell you.
Okay, good.
No, I can't tell you to do C+, A+, because depending on what industry, those skills are probably somewhat outdated. So you got to figure out what's out there that's very demanding right now. So I say just do your research, man. Google it, find out what are the quick IT jobs you could get it, with a quick certification, and start from there. Because tech is so broad, man. It's really hard to really take a deep dive in that.
Not to interject, Google has been handing out free certifications for a hot minute. Okay, and there's another, they literally have been, and they can get you entry-level jobs where you can actually take the first 6 months and you can figure out exactly what you want to do from it. Do I like it? Okay, nope. On to the next one. There's another website that I use called slickdeals.net. That's a good one to actually keep on there, because sometimes they have the ITA courses and the ITA plus courses. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they actually give you a deadline where you can actually get it for free or $15. It's worth a shot. We throw away $15 just on food and drink alone, and Ubers. Why not give it a shot? Try to put your time in, and so you can actually try it out. So sorry to interject, but I just
no. You good. No, you good. I mean,
that man. I don't know that, and maybe some people might not know that in the chat. So that's really good information.
One thing, guys, there's a lot of great information out there on the web, man. Sometimes if you actually Google it or go to YouTube, you'd be amazed what type of great content you find. That's like for me, when I started learning more about the AI, the ChatGPT. So I started Googling this shit, YouTubing it, just to understand it. Once I got access to the damn software, dude, I started playing with it. And now I'm really good at it.
There's a guy on my job. He just hands out a link as his resume, and his resume, they can literally type in any question they want about him, and ChatGPT literally spits out the answers for them. So it's it's almost, this web link is almost a virtual interview for him.
Yeah.
They don't need to get him on the phone. ChatGPT, with all the information that he puts in there, actually answers for him.
And AI and machine learning, that's another area of IT that people don't know about. IT is broad, man. It's a whole universe by itself. AI and machine learning is completely different than cybersecurity. It's completely different from data analysis, data and analytics, big data. So all those fields are different from, let's say software engineering. Software engineering means you're building the softwares to run all these platforms. But right now, data analysis, big data, and AI, those are the emerging fields. If you're really trying to stay ahead of the curve, invest in those fields, know about it. I believe, it's already written. 50% of the jobs on the market right now, they're going to be gone within the next 10 to 20 years, because a lot of this AI stuff, machine learning stuff, is going to completely automate these stuff.
Yep. Yeah, man. So again, guys, just always think about what your next move is going to be. It was great to travel. It was great to explore your hobbies and everything else. But try to see if you could turn your hobby into a new venture to make money. You know,
You actually
so,
just
Yeah.
took the
I
words
mean,
right out of my mouth. I was about to say that you could have just taken the beyond traveling out
yeah.
of this whole statement altogether. Because, like I told you earlier before, my neighbor, right? The last thing he did was literally just paint his house, went to bed, and never woke up.
Wow.
I can't turn around and ask that man. I forgot how old he was. He definitely was like in his 70s, right? I can't ask that man what's the best day in his life because he's been so far down in his work, frustrated, he can't remember. Okay, and that's one thing that we just really don't take into consideration. And I'm glad that you brought up because I didn't even know that stat, and that's a very scary stat for me.
Hmm.
Even as skinny as I am, and you remember how skinny I am. Is like
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
told you,
remember.
the only thing saving me from getting hit with the raindrops is my afro. Okay, that's I could dodge raindrops. I'm better than Bruce Lee, right? so, so, but I actually had 2 heart attack scares before,
Wow.
where you would think I was in perfectly good shape.
What caused it?
What caused the scare? Because at the end of all the testing, they were just like, "Oh yeah, you good. You just need to slow down in your drinking." I'm like, "I'm sorry, I'm stressed."
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And like that's just literally what it is. But then, what do you really have to think about it? And once again, can only take the words out of my mouth. How long are you going to keep on going for where you can actually get to enjoy the fruits of your labor? Because we are so giving, especially for the most part. As a matter of fact, all life is literally based on giving,
Yeah.
right? Especially where we chase, and nothing against a woman because I love women. At least I love real women. You get what I'm saying? We spend all this time actually putting that into them. And the best way I could put it, shout out to my boy Vigilante, by the way, shameless plug, Sidebar episode 2, one of the greatest ones I ever did. He flat out said, you need to pour into people that pour into you. I can't find myself in my 40s, right? And everybody here is a little bit older as well, right? I can't be in my 40s wasting time with people that aren't trying to grow with me, grow to my level, or trying to grow beyond. I'm sorry. I have no room for the uninspired, the unmotivated, none of them. If you are not trying to do something, like not to sound selfish, but I have been too selfless with my time, and that's the only currency I cannot get back. So what's your next moves in life? Here's what my next moves in life. My own goddamn happiness. Sorry.
Exactly. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good point,
I want to see everybody happy along with me, but guess what? In the wise words of Will Smith, even though he's not so wise with that right hand, and that was a shitty ass slap. We all net it, but it is not my job to make you happy. It is not my job to make you happy. My happiness is my responsibility. Your happiness is your own responsibility. I'll do my best to take care of you, but if you're unhappy, I will never be able to make you happy. So you need to make some changes as well. This is a two-way street.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with that. I mean, you never know when your last day on earth is going to be, So just every day, live life to the fullest. Enjoy life, travel. Experience different cultures. Have fun and do all that. Because we're taught that okay, you work 9 to 5 for 30 years, then at age 65 you retire, but then 10 years later you die. At 75. It's like so you spent like 45 years of your life, but then you die. You only have 10 years of free time, where you really enjoy life, but it's like, I'm not going to take that route. Like I'm finding ways where I can just free myself from this matrix, where I can travel abroad, live that digital nomad. Invest in real estate. Enjoy life. Because there's more to this, like this avenue we've been taught. I feel like some of us gotta break this cycle, this 9 to 5 cycle.
How about this? I will challenge every single person on this panel and in this room to take a little expansive journey with me. I promise I'll make this short. Okay? Who is it that just spoke? I'm sorry, I need to get your name.
Buck Travel.
Buck Travel. All right. I'm going to call you Buckshot for short. So, Buckshot. So, with what you just said there, which I actually 100% agree with you. I don't know what your upbringing has been, and same with everybody on this panel. But if you look back at your life, 9 times out of 10, you've actually had an experience that actually gave you a fair warning. So I'm gonna challenge myself to that, and hopefully I could pass the baton around, and you guys could tell me what your life experience was. In summary, my life experience was when I got my first warning was when I wanted to be a comic book artist, and everybody around me wanted to shut me down. I wanted to be a rapper. Everyone, including my dad, shut me down. Wanted to be a producer. Everybody, my dad, my brother, everybody shut me down. When I moved to the United States of America and I found myself doing all those things without everybody's help, and I actually started putting other people in position, not necessarily making the best of money, but I'm actually making movements. Now everyone's like, well, damn, I'm proud of you. Okay, how about an apology first? You have the power in your own hands, but you let that glass ceiling stop you, like really stop you over here. That technically, I look back now that you mentioned that, was my first warning. Now, if that makes sense to anybody here, the next person could actually share something, or if you agree with it or disagree.
I'll go. I think for me, it's been more like not having direction. Again, you know, being raised in Miami, Liberty City area, little Haiti area, I'm not supposed to be here. The environment that I was raised, and also too, growing up, I didn't have very high self-esteem of myself because, as I shared earlier, I had a very stuttering issue where I didn't talk, and I was always nervous around people. So I created this self-doubt. I created my own glass ceiling where, you know, there were certain roles that I know I could actually do, but I kind of put myself in a position where I couldn't do it because I was constantly doubting my own self. So there's never been anyone in particular that set me back, that said I couldn't do it. It was really myself. I was stopping myself from pushing myself to the next level.
With fear of being embarrassed to some degree, right?
That, and just, again, not believing in myself. Again, I never had anyone tell me that, yo, Kano, like, you could do this, you could do that. I never had that.
Yeah.
I never had that. So, like, for me, and I used to, dude, I shit you not, guys, I used to be jealous of my friends that had their fathers. I wanted that shit so bad, man. I was like, man, I wish I had someone to, like, lift me.
I was jealous of my friends that had their mother.
See? And it's just like, you know, for me, it was just like not having anyone to build up my spirit and anything else. I kind of got better over the years because I started pushing myself. But imagine if I had someone to really push me. And again, just self-doubting myself. So a lot of times, man, I kind of like put myself in a position where, you know what, now you don't deserve this. Oh, you're not ready for this. So I kind of walked around with a chip on my shoulder, but yet I caused my own chip. You understand? It's like I kind of put myself in this hole. No one else can put me in but myself.
I feel that. I feel that 100%. All right, thank you for that. I'm just actually getting to really, really know you, other than, you know, like seeing each other, talk each other for a little bit. So thank you for that. Like that actually gives me a little bit more inspiration for what I'm doing next. So thank you.
Yeah, and that's why, like, with my boys, you know, my 19-year-old, you know, he played ball at Kennesaw State. I push him, man. I'm always on his ass because I tell him all the time, dude, I wish I had that.
Bro,
man,
come on, say that again, man.
It's just
say that again.
It's like I wish I had it. It's like my nephews, I'm on their asses. Like, yo, let me see them grades. Like, you should be doing better than this. We're not accepting
I wish I
D's.
had somebody to actually kick my ass when they know I'm better. Like, come on, man. Talk,
man. Yeah, so man. So for me, it's just like, yeah, just self-doubting, and that's why, you know, I created this podcast. Like, what your next move? Like, I travel the world, man. I bang this, I bang that, but all that shit gets old. Like, now it's like, now I'm looking for a new challenge. Like, okay, what can I do different? What can I do now? You know, and I think each of us strive to challenge ourselves because that's how men operate. We challenge ourselves. We naturally challenge ourselves. Either it be changing a career, you know, starting a business, or just taking a chance and doing something different. We always constantly challenging ourselves.
At least you could say you tried.
Yeah.
Not
that's
a
the thing.
not a woulda, coulda, shoulda.
But
You know,
a lot
at
of
least
us,
you give an attempt.
but a lot of us operate in that mindset with that should have, would have, could have, and that's why it's now or never. If you're thinking about traveling to this country, it's now or never. Dude, put money aside, buy that plane ticket, book that hotel room or Airbnb, and just go. There's no perfect time and place to do it. It's just this may be your only time to do it.
Dogs, I cut half of my friends off after I went to Canada and got that feature with Shockley. Every single last one of the people that I grew up with that I thought were my friends that told me, yo, you ain't gonna never get a song with that guy. I walked up in the airport, trolled him on Twitter and got his cell phone number.
Yeah.
Next day I was in the studio with him. You tell me I can't do it? You can't be my friends. Get out of here. Sorry. So I'm with you. I'm with you there. I'm with you 100% there. So thank you for that.
I mean,
now I had a situation similar to what you were saying. It wasn't toward me, but my boy from my hometown, Boston, was like that. Like, yo, you telling me I can't do this? And I think he misinterpreted. I was like, yeah, you can really be successful down here, but you got to bring that. You can't bring that up north attitude down south, because a lot of them, you know, if you're not approachable, they're not gonna hook you up on the stuff that, you know, and put you on the game. If you're not approachable, that cocky attitude. And I think he took it the wrong way. Like, oh, you don't think I could run North Carolina? I'm like, no, bro, it's not that. But if they think they get a slight indication that you have that up north attitude and you better than them, or you this and that, bro, because I know the dude. I personally know him, and I know how he is. You know what I mean? So he had problems in Boston. You know what I mean? So I'm like, bro, you bring that down south, you know, you ain't gonna be so lucky. Cause, you know what I mean?
But if you're there in the house, you're gonna be there everywhere. So I mean, you gotta curb something.
Yeah. Yeah, and I basically took, because I guess he was like, oh, I could do a multi-family house. I could invest in it. You gonna go in with me? I'm like, bro, it's not that easy. You gotta come down here and learn your scenery first. And I've been open my doors to him, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been down here for a while, and I was like, yo, come down. I even told him I was gonna let him stay at my place till he gets on his feet. He never wanted to leave Boston, and I keep telling him. He got that, you know, and even though I always talk junk about New Yorkers, but, you know, even in Boston, they have that attitude where, oh, yeah, I could do it. But a lot of them, they're only good in their city, and they don't know how to go out the realm, because when they go somewhere else, they're like scared, like, oh, I'm familiar with my own area. But when I go here, like if I go to Miami, Atlanta, I can't do the same nonsense I was doing back home in Boston. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't work like that.
It's very common for a lot of East Coast guys that move down south. It's hard for them to adapt to it. It's like, bro, it's a whole different culture here. The whole different culture in the South, man. You got to come down here and experience it and take it all in. You can't just come in with this cockiness. There's one thing about Southern folks, we don't like cocky. Especially
Thank you.
We don't
That's
like
why I was
that,
just
man.
trying to tell the dude. He talked about, oh, yo, you know, he called me about my government. Like, he's like, D, you're hating, man. Dude, he's like, dudes don't talk like that, you know, back when I'm like, yeah, these dudes are gassing you up. They're not telling you real. And they also haven't been staying down south and living down in North Carolina to know it. You know, I mean, I'm not taking shots, but I said, and I literally told them, I said, New Yorkers are probably more on their hustle than us. And I've seen them run back home from North Carolina or the South because they're like, yo, these people won't put me on. This is not working my way. And not all of them. I've seen some of them make it, but I've seen some run the hell back up New York because, you know, it's not, you know, if they have the attitude where they're like, oh, I'm going to just focus on me, approachable, they're not a people person, or they, you know, the people get irritated with them. They don't put them on. They can't feel like they can grow. They go back home where they're comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't getting it.
Somebody better tell Dorothy they ain't in Kansas no more. You might as well hand him a pair of red ruby pumps. You know what I mean? Let him click them.
Yeah, because he thinks he sees the thing about it, he's like, oh yeah, you know, I've been traveling other places. I've been to Virginia. I said visiting is different from living, bro.
Yeah.
Hear me again. Visiting is different from living. You know, I said when I was living here, it was a whole different realm than visiting, bro. And I said, until you live down here for a year, and he's like, oh, well, I don't want to stay to somewhere that long. I said, dude, you've been in Boston your whole life, and they're killing dudes left and right. You rather be somewhere where they're killing people for no reason, or you rather be down south? At least you'll be not. You could get killed anywhere, but I'm just saying the areas he's in, he could get killed more because his mom was like, I know his mom, and she was like, yo, you're a good friend to him. Can you help him out? And I promised her, I said, yo, I'll let him come stay with me at the time when I had my apartment, and, you know, I'll let him get on his feet. He never left Boston. And it's just like, dude, you know, you got to live here before you could talk that junk. It's easy to do all that and you talking all that junk, and then it's like, where's this money you going to go put up against because you got like 11 or 12 kids? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? It's all pipe dreams. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not trying to be funny because when I was on my travel stuff, you know, when you said you see me doing my travel stuff, he's seen it. He was like, yo, I want to take a trip to Brazil or DR with you. I was like, bro, take that money and put it to your kids. See, a lot of people think I motivate people to monger. I told him, take that money he's going to do and put it to his kids. Don't travel because I said, bro, it's not as cheap as I make it look. I just make it look easy. But it's really, you know, you really got to stay for this. He's like, oh, you don't think I got money? He got his feelings. I'm like, bro, I only have one kid. You have like 10 or 11, bro. Yet at the time, I think he had like 8 or 9 or something like that. But you have all these kids. You can't do it like me. You know what I mean? Respectful. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. You know, it's funny that you actually say that because one of my really close friends, he's actually one of my producers on my first EP. Like he travels like, you know, at least he was my black man travels before black man travels. No offense. Like I knew him before you. I'm sorry, you know.
It's all good. It's all good.
You get what I'm saying? But this dude just came back from Thailand and all that, and he's just like, man, I want you to come with me. I want you to come with me. I'm just like, look, like, no offense. And I mean, maybe one of you guys could give me more advice on that, because like, you know how I rock, right? So you could probably tell me better than any one of these guys here, man. I'm open for criticism. I focus on what it is that's going on within the reach of my hands before I do anything esoteric, right? Because when I went to Canada and I did that feature, I did not have to beg nobody for nothing, right? And like all my island people know, we don't beg nobody for nothing, right? I paid for my feature, I paid for the studio time. I even bought lunch for the whole studio while I was up there in Canada. You know what I'm saying? So, but when I'm talking to my guy who travels all over the world, he's telling me how much money that he's in debt. I'm just like, but wait a minute, I'm almost cleared of all of my debt. Yeah. So now it's like, where's the balance is concerned? Am I looking at this wrong, or am I looking at this a little bit differently here? Because for me, where it's just like, okay, not necessarily say that I have all the money in the world, but I want to make sure I have my security at the same time over here. But then I'm looking at someone versus that's over there that probably has to pay that on the back end. So that's why I'm almost conflicted.
No, I mean,
if that makes sense.
No, I mean, you pretty much said you're doing the right thing, similar to what Milano was mentioning about, you know, telling the guy to go pay for his kids, you know, send that money to his kids. A lot of people who are traveling like crazy, they don't have their priorities in order, man. You'd be amazed. A lot of them are broke, and they put it on the card, and they just live check to check, and they just trying to wing it. And again, they do it for the gram. And it's just like, and now with YouTube, everybody want to be a YouTube content creator. You know, it's just a lifestyle that they try to showcase, which is not always the case, man. Like, again, we as veterans, someone who's been doing this for more than 10 years, it comes easier for us because we know what to do. We know how to spend versus someone who never traveled before. You know, this person going to go buy clothes for his trip. He's going to try to like do bottles every night, not knowing like, dude, all that shit adds up.
Honestly, when I went to other countries, I was actually appreciating the street food more than the gourmet food. No offense, but I like the street food.
I love the street food. That's all, especially in Thailand and Dominican Republic. Oh my God.
Yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, I tell everyone all the time, traveling is an expense. It has a start date and has an end date. What you do between your start and end date, create the experience that you want to have. When people try to make it seem like you should be traveling every month, dude, unless you're in that position to do that financially, then do it. But make sure you have money for a rainy day. So in case you were to lose your job or something were to happen medically or whatever, you got money to take care of your bills. But a lot of people live for today, man, especially on Instagram, like Instagram and TikTok, everything else. People want to be seen, man, and they just do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, I had a talk with somebody about that too, and it was like, "Oh, when are you gonna travel? When are you gonna travel?" I said, "Dude, when I travel is when I'm financially good, and I make sure that I got a certain amount in the bank and certain amount of savings, and everything's good.
Yeah.
And take care of everything. I'm not gonna be one of these people that is gonna be, not trying to be funny, but I'm not gonna be the one that's only going over there with 1,000 because that's all I got in my bank account. You know what I mean? And it was 700 and only go over there with 700 and then, getting jammed up. I have to have like quadruple that money. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people wasn't understanding. When I was, when I did my video push shop across at Walmart, they're like, "Oh, you just spent all that money to go over there." And I'm like, "No, dude, I didn't have a car note. I didn't have a car payment. I was driving a scooter. My rent was super cheap. All my bills were paid out 5-6 months in advance. I was good. Like, I saved money and I didn't eat out as much. I was eating mostly, I got food at Walmart and I cooked that at home. So my expenses was really, really low. So I was able to save money and that's how I was able to do it. But if I had a car note and all that, I wouldn't be able to do it. That's what people don't understand.
I agree. I totally agree with that. At the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you. If you cannot afford to take that trip, don't take it, man. If that trip's going to put you in the hole for the next 3 to 6 months, do not take that trip, man. That trip could wait. Again, guys, traveling is not going anywhere. I'd rather travel when all my bills are taken care of. I have a nice saving cushion in case of, in case something bad happens, then I go. But if you're like literally struggling, between jobs, don't do it, man. Don't do it. And don't put it on the card either, unless you plan to pay it back within 30 days. Especially those interest rates will eat your ass.
I kind of halfway trolled you in that question, but I just kind of wanted to put that out there. You get what I'm saying? Because that's exactly how I feel. But like with a couple of people that I know that travel, they try to like, "Oh, well, you just not experiencing life." It's like, no, I'm, Kenal, you see me. It's like you've seen me like damn near every week doing a show. I'm DJing here. I'm
Miami.
Yeah, get what I'm saying? But here's the difference. When I go out, I'm getting paid to walk out that front door. You get what I'm saying? So it's a whole difference. But like, I'm glad you actually like brought that up because like sometimes, I don't know, maybe it's just me or, maybe you could call it silly all you want. I just feel like it's like, all right, everybody's like experiencing their life is just like, damn, like we mentioned before, it's like you bust your ass and then the second you go to retirement is like, damn, when do I get to enjoy the fruits of my labor? If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I teach that a lot to to a lot of people. And it's crazy. I even said the same thing to my mom because, she won't retire and she's big on work. But I'm like, Mom, we need to go on a trip or do something because you're in your 70s and, tomorrow's not promised,
Yeah.
Take her on a cruise. Like take her to that one restaurant that she always be eyeing when y'all be riding around together. And it's like that's the kind of things. Like even for me, I try to do with my mom. Sometimes I'll just drive around with her randomly, and if she mentions some place that she thinks about, shit.
Like my mother said, she wants to go to Dominican Republic. I'm from Haiti. My mother said I want to see the other side of the island. So guess what? I'm gonna make it happen for her. So this summer in June, all right, Mom, let's go. It's like fuck it. It's like let's go 4 days. We go to Dominican Republic so you can see the other side of the island. She was born in Haiti. She wants to see the other side of the island, and that's it. Go for 4 days. All right, cool. I'll expense it and go from there. But it's just like you just never know, man. Because like our loved ones, man, they here today and they're gone tomorrow.
And then on top of that, with everything that we've accomplished, look at what you just said, Dick. Like. You know why I was clapping so hard for you? Look at something as simple as that for you. And that was probably a dream for that woman your entire life. And you probably never even looked. It was like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like that actually brought a tear to my eye because like I'm actually started hanging out with my mom more. And I'm just like, You know, it's just like I'm telling her the things I'm doing. She was just like, well, there's this one place or whatever, and I'm just like, wait, you've never been there? She's like, nah. Then I kind of looked at myself in the mirror, like, pardon me for saying, can I cuss on here?
Yeah. Go for it, man.
So when she kind of told me that, I'm just like, I've been here at least 8 times. I'm fucking up. So you've never had? Oh no. You feel what I'm saying? I think the craziest thing is like, ever since the guitar was built up, you know, the guitar in South Florida, the big guitar hotel or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So she has apparently a gambling friend that actually had, well, at one point had hookups to like hotels and the guitar and stuff like that or whatever, right? But it's like my mom was like, well, yo, I never actually like been in there, never had. I'm like, you've never had lunch or nothing in there, but I've been in there like 4 or 5 times. I've dealt with the tribe in there. Like sometimes the tribe hooks me up, and I'm looking at it. I'm just like, here am I enjoying all the spoils of the locals, and my mom just sitting in the house talking about I wish. Oh, I wish a motherfucker wouldn't. The second I discovered that, sometimes you just need to sit down and listen to your people. Listen to your loved ones first. So let me just pass that out there. This is just what my lesson was. The second I hear my mom say, I wish, or I've never, or I want, I'm snapping fingers like Thanos. Stop it.
I mean, that's the thing, guys. It's just, do it for the ones that mean a lot to you. You know, don't do it for anyone that's ungrateful. You know. But at the end of the day, it's just what we do with our time, man. It's like we getting older, and
you can't get that time back.
You can't get that time back, man. And that's something that I realized. Like, it's funny. I still remember when I graduated from FIU. I still remember when I walked that stage, and I was 21 years old, and now I'm 45. I'm like, shit.
You ain't amazing how time flies, and you are not missing any graduation. I bet you.
No. I mean, it's just funny. It's just like, guys, don't take your life for granted. Don't take it for granted, man, because, you know, we live in that age now, dude. A lot of our boys are passing away, either be from health issues or crime issues. You know, a lot of people just, you know, they have their own vices, man. And if you got a working heart, you're doing well, be grateful. Be grateful, man.
That's what a lot of people are not grateful for, our sight and our hearing. Like, imagine being blind or can't hear. Like,
yeah.
I'm grateful for that. Even though I wear glasses, like, I'm always like, oh my God.
Yeah, man. It's like, even like when I go to DR, because DR is more like a regular trip for me. So I live like the locals, and at least I know I can get back on the plane. A lot of those people there, they will never leave that island.
Yeah.
You never think about that. You never really think about that. I'm like, man, at least I know I could, if shit hit the fan, I could get out.
You know, what city you lived in, Miami?
Hey, then gracefully we moved to Miami Shores.
Okay, cool. But you've been to the hood quite a few times, right?
Yeah.
Cool. How many people on that same hood has never left the city of Miami?
Man, bro.
They've never even. Wait, how about this? I'm gonna be more specific. How many of them never crossed that bridge?
I mean, no, I think they crossed that bridge, but it's weird to see my Facebook feed. Cats that I grew up still live in the same neighborhood. I'm like,
and they've never left. They've never jumped on a plane. They never jumped on a bus.
Yeah.
Right? Just think about it that way. But they will be the first ones, depending on who you talk to. You know, right? I don't know what is your story, but from my experience, those are the same people that they'll be too scared to get on that bus, but they want everything you want from across that border that they are so scared to cross.
Yeah, I hate when people say, "Bring me something." Like, no. I'm like,
you know what I'm talking about.
It's like,
you know what I'm talking about. My mother told me the first time, she was just like, "You're trying to go back to Trinidad? Let me tell you something. Go back with your 2 hands swinging and your underwear, and you change your clothes in your back pocket. You will be a lot safer."
Yeah, but there's tons of people that go to Trinidad and have a blast, no issues.
No, but I am from there. You
Oh.
forgot. You are when you are from there, it's a whole different story because when you go back over there, remember, you from cold, you from foreign. You need to bring back something from the hood. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
just things like that I needed to consider when I actually looked at things. So food for thought.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, man, definitely. But guys, it's been 2 hours, man. I got some interviews lined up for tomorrow.
Oh,
I
I'm
just wanted
sorry,
to
my
get this
bad.
off real quick. I wanted to get this off, and I'm about to get off, Canol.
Yeah,
So
go for it.
speaking of which, when you guys were talking about, getting your parents to go somewhere, I'll say one accomplishment I can actually say. I got my father not only before he passed away to go to the Republic, but this man was scared of riding an airplane. He would never go on an airplane. I got him to go on an airplane to the Republic.
Wow.
Now he wasn't sober. He had a little couple of drinks, but it don't matter how you do it as long as you get to the goal done. You know what I mean?
We take those.
Yo, that's
We
that's
take
awesome,
those.
man. That's awesome. So
We take
so
those.
so
I
his
think my
experience.
mom is low-key jealous of my pops though, because she's like, "You should never brought him to DR. He got drunk." But I'm like, "Mom, I think you low-key jealous. Let's go to Puerto Rico, all right? We'll go to Puerto Rico, Mexico. I'll make it up to you."
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's
We
awesome.
take
That's-
those. We
You
take
know what? And
those.
the thing is, and guess what? That you'll never forget. You'll never forget that experience. Like of all the countries that you've been to and all the stuff that you've done in those countries, you will never forget that experience.
I think amnesia wouldn't even be able to let me forget that.
Oh man. But anyway, guys, I really appreciate you guys jumping on this live, man. I hope this was very useful. Again, I just went and had a real talk conversation, man. No fantasy selling, none of that soapbox. It's just like, listen, this real man talking about real things. And it's like, what's next, man? You know, make things happen, you know, and I appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to me. And I really, really, really appreciate that, man. And thanks for jumping on, man. I appreciate that.
Nah, I appreciate you even giving me the space to even speak with you and even to speak with these fine young brothers along with it. And that's another thing. We don't compliment each other enough without saying
Agree.
pause. You
I
know what I'm
agree.
saying? Like, even though pause is funny, but at the same time, like, some
Yeah,
people
and again,
don't.
and that's why
I want to ask you, the dude that's from Trinidad, you guys eat curry goat, right? You guys eat goat, right?
Goat is more of a Jamaican thing. All right.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
I
No,
like to ask.
No, we
Hey.
do eat it. We do eat it, but that's not our specialty. Our specialty is curry shark, sir.
Oh, okay.
Curry
Yeah,
shark?
'cause my
Yeah.
pop teased me about that with the curry goat. When I used to eat Jamaican food, he said, "I'll never eat that." I sneaked some.
no,
I got
well,
that
he
goat
probably
in
had
the Republic. He was like, "Yo, this steak is mad good. This steak is good." I said, "You ate goat, Dad, for the first time." What? I got him.
So Jamaicans got curry goat. They mastered that. Okay.
Yeah.
When it comes down to curry goat, leave Jamaicans alone. They are the king of that. Now, when it comes down to curry shark, Trinidad and Tobago got that. I actually learned how to master that. So
I'll be honest with you, man. Dominicans can cook the hell out of goat because my father didn't even know he was eating goat. That's how smooth it was. He thought he was eating steak.
I rock with Dominicans. Because I've had Dominican curry goat and they fire, but they ain't got nothing
they're
on
good.
Jamaicans,
They're
bro.
good.
They own that. Kenol, do you agree?
I don't know, man, because I'm Haitian. You know, everything Haitian is better. Sorry.
Well, the reason why I
I've
say
never
that
had
is
Haitian goat. I never
reason why
had
I
Haitian
say
goat.
that-
So you need to put me up on game, all right?
I'll
But
you know
definitely
why I
do
said that?
Because Haitians got the pork. They win
Yeah.
on pork, hands down. Sorry.
But the reason why I said that is because he used to see my plate with the curry goat. He was like, "Oh, what's that?" And it was so he could smell the gaminess. But when
Yeah.
the Dominicans did it, it wasn't curry, but how they sauteed it, man, I was
Yeah.
able to finesse my pops. He was eating that up like, "Yo, that steak is good," and I'm like, "Yo, you know you ate goat, right?" He was like, "What?" Got him.
And you know what? That's the experience about traveling is about, man. Creating those experiences, and always having that, in your back pocket to always sit back, smile, and just be grateful, man. So, again, thank you guys for jumping on the live, man. I'm about to end this, man. And
We appreciate you, man.
And also too, hey Milano, like I said, I'm not sure if you heard me, man, but I wanted to give you your flowers, man. Though, like I said, you like one of the first few guys that I was following back then when you were doing all the shenanigans in these countries.
Did you ever see that video when I was doing the videos back in 2013 and I filmed my father? I filmed a couple of them. It was a white guy in the background, whatever, but I had him in there. And yeah, that's when I did a trip to Sasua with him, man. It turned him out, man.
No, I started watching you back in 2014.
Oh, okay,
So,
okay.
Yeah. So when I watched it, then I rest in peace to Charles Tyler. Same thing. So it was like, but Charles Tyler was on the Blog Podcast Radio.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to give you flowers, man, bro. You like one of the pioneers, to be honest. A lot of people don't want to give you that credit. Well, you were out there, man, making it happen. I was like,
Yeah.
what he's doing?
2013, I just started taking my music career seriously. You taking it to a whole different level. So guess what? I'm gonna salute that, man.
He was like one of the first few guys doing traveling YouTube videos, man.
Damn,
like there were not many people doing that, especially brothers. There were not too many. And
And I was doing off of Walmart income. Walmart income.
Fire.
Yeah, but definitely, man. Big up to both of you guys, man. Let me close this out, man. I'm gonna drop you guys off.
All right,
Have a
you,
good
guys.
night.
All right,
Have a
man.
good night.
So, guys, thank you for taking the time to listen to me. Yeah, I didn't expect this to go more than 2 hours, but hey, I'm super grateful, super thankful for having this platform, sharing my experience with you guys. Again, I'm an open book. I have really, I think my experience could help someone else. That's the mindset that I have. That's how I approach things. And I hope what I share with you today will motivate you to do what you need to do in life and take that chance, man. I took that chance, bet on myself, and I'm going to focus on that. So definitely more content around that's coming soon. I'll be doing another live tomorrow. This will be an interesting topic, more funny, and go from there, man. So if anything, guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, man. And good night, man.